Hi, I'm Amelia and I'm here in Northwest Indiana at Kankakee Sands looking at the American bison, also known as the bison. And yes, they once roamed the entire North American continent with a population of over 10 million. Due to the westward expansion, it caused bison to go on the brink of extinction. Many wanted to hunt the bison for sport, but in reality, they just wanted to move the Native Americans out of their homes so they could have the land. The bison were a major part of the Native American culture. At the lowest point, there were only a few hundred bison left in the wild until conservation efforts were brought to date. There are about 20,000 in conservation herds and about 420,000 in commercial herds today. Bison are typically found in grasslands, prairies, or Great Plains, anywhere that they can get a good source of delicious vegetation. They love snacking on stuff like this, and they typically like to forage for 9 to 11 hours a day. That's a lot of eating. In the late 19th century, we finally realized the detrimental effect of mass murdering these bison. The Yellowstone National Park Protection Act, passed in 1894, strengthened the protection on these American bison. The Lacey Act, passed in 1900, made it illegal to traffic and hunt these animals. One day, when our president, Theodore Roosevelt, went out to go hunt these beautiful bison, he had an awakening and realized that if we don't act fast, we aren't going to see these bison around for much longer. In 1905, he formed the American Bison Society to save these disappearing animals. The National Wildlife Refuge Administration Act, passed in 1966, and the Endangered Species Act, passed in 1973, provided legal framework to protect these threatened species. The primary reason for these animals almost going extinct was due to the mass hunting. Some secondary reasons are disease and climate change. Disease was introduced by other species being brought over due to the westward expansion. These animals weren't used to them, so they got sick and died from that. Climate change has caused a lot of problems on the vegetation and water sources that bison need to survive. This caused them to suffer from habitat loss. These bison are keystone species. Without them, this habitat would fail. Through their movements and trampling and through their feces, it spreads seeds, shapes the soil, which is detrimental, forming this habitat to be the way it is, which provides a home to other wildlife. These bison provide a cultural service because we love looking at it and it makes us happy. Some conservation efforts are like forming national parks and national preserves to keep these animals safe and out of danger from poaching. The Intertribal Bison Council, formed in 1992, worked to move these bison into tribal areas. Laws, national parks and preserves, breeding programs, reintroduction programs, herd and disease management, and also making the public aware that these bison are not dangerous animals. Helped bring this lovely animal back up. To do this, we had to have habitat restoration projects like these, so these animals can live somewhere where they are safe and have what they need. Providing funding to government agencies and communities, allowing these people to bring back up these bison, help them to roam the lands and live like they once used to. But it will never get back to what it was because there were 10 million and now there are less than 500,000. We need to be very thankful for these conservation efforts because now bison are not technically endangered anymore, as they are now found in all 50 states, but they are still threatened due to the catastrophic damage we have done to them.